What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Today's video, we got this 2011 Hyundai Sonata here. We got the front caliper, which is seized up, so we're gonna replace the front caliper, brake pads, and after that you obviously need to bleed the brake system. So this caliper is jammed up. We're gonna go to the opposite side and we're gonna take a look. We did replace this one right here. Got tools sitting right there. So we're using this long wrench ratchet here with a 17mm. We got a 14mm socket, 3/8 drive. We got a 12mm, and we got a vice grip. So we did replace this guy right here. So there's only 2 bolts, 1, 2 for the caliper, and 2 for the bracket, and 1 for the line. So that's all we have to do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk over to the other side. We're gonna do the same thing on this side, and the procedure should be simple and easy. This customer went and bought these pieces from online, and I'll give you the part number for both these calipers and the brake kit, the brake pad. He paid no more than 140 bucks for both of them, and brake pads with it. Anyways, that was a good deal. We got a seized up caliper. I do got my garbage can, which I'm gonna bring underneath so the fluid can drip into it. Anyways, let's get this job started. Here's the box. Everything came in. You got the brake pads. Okay, I don't know what brand this is, but this is what he's putting in. You got a caliper, front caliper part number. There are 2 different part numbers, so I already mixed up which one's which. So they usually come as a set. So there it is, left. I guess that's the left side, and this does not say right or left. Anyways, so you got the part numbers there. I'm sorry I mixed it up already, but anyways, let me see if there's any number on the caliper itself. Nope, no numbers on the caliper. Anyways, it's gonna tell you left, so make sure this bleeder valve is, once it's replaced, it's up on the top, not in the bottom over here. Then you mixed up the calipers from right to left. You're never gonna be able to bleed if it's down here. You're gonna have a spongy pedal always. It has to be on the highest point, so it has to be up above. Okay, anyways, let's start this job up. What we're gonna do is you're gonna grab this guy and you're gonna turn it towards you so you can have better visual of all the components in the back. Right back over here. Let me set up this camera and the light. So to begin with, what we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this guy up. Only loosen this up, okay? And because you're not gonna be able to do it later, and snug it back up so you don't leak any fluid. That's the first thing we're gonna do. And after that, I'm gonna go get a 14 for this guy right here. Instead of using a ratchet and a socket, I am going to be using this guy right here. What we're going to do is we're going to go counterclockwise. So the reason why I'm changing this caliper is because it's seized up, okay? I tried to do his brake job, and I would suggest you do rotors with it, but the customer declined. So take this guy off. So this piston does not compress. I tried compressing it. You know, we're going to have to replace both of these, remove both of these bolts here. And this guy comes off. Very simple and easy. And once we have this off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this caliper and we're gonna just leave it up here. The reason why we're gonna leave it right there is because we still got the brake line connected to it, and the brake line can just sit there. Now we need to take out both of these. That's where our handy dandy 17mm is gonna come up. Okay, so let's see if I can figure this one out. Let's put it on off. I did do the opposite side, but now I might have trouble with this tie rod. There you go, it's loose. Once it's loose, I'm good. Let me go on this one next. So you're only gonna fit socket here. The reason why you're only gonna fit socket is because there's not enough clearance behind it, okay? Especially in the bottom. You're not gonna be able to fit a wrench on it. So only socket. Once you do this, you should be able to loosen this guy as much as you want from right here. So use a good leverage on your tool. So if you have a lot of leverage, it's going to be much easier. And do the same thing here. See if I can get this guy off with the fingers now. There you go. It's coming off. And this guy is out of here. Make sure you keep your washer with it. We're gonna do the same thing down here. So sometimes you have to move this around so you're able to take off this bolt. This guy comes off. Make sure you keep the washer with it. And guess what? This is off. This is all we need to take off. Now, very simple. Make sure everything is nice and looking good. Reverse procedure come, guys. So, what we're gonna do is the new caliper. There you go. We're gonna take our 2 bolts. See if we can put one on at least. That's a starting point. They're both the same thing, so if you mixed up right top and bottom, it's the same thing. No worries there. Come on, baby. Let's catch some threads on this guy. Okay. If everything aligns, you should be able to catch a couple of threads, which I'm not able to. There you go. I got it. I can let this baby go now. What are we gonna do now is I am gonna take my 14 millimeter. I'm gonna remove. Oh, I say 14. Where the hell is 14? Oh yeah, we used our ratchet here. Let's take this guy off. Once you take this off, this little bolt should come off, and you can remove this caliper. Just slip it off. And we're gonna put it away. Now, what we're gonna do is, now it's gonna be much, much easier. We're gonna take this bolt. Let's see if you can catch the threads on this guy. There you go. We got threads on these 2 babies. What we're gonna do next is, we're gonna go righty tighty. When we took it apart, lefty loosey. The heat is slamming in the shop. Remember, we replaced the thermocouple on that baby. So, I don't have torque specs to keep it real with you, but make sure you tighten this bad boy to at least 78 foot-pounds. But since I don't have the torque specs, my computer does show me something, but I'm not sure if it's accurate. Should be accurate, but it tells me 78 to 81 or 89, I believe. So we don't have an actual number, but job something like this, if you're a mechanic, you should know what all you're doing. You should know what's tight and what's loose. So I would suggest you tighten the heck out of it. Don't just snap the bolt either. So you should feel the tightening. There you go. That feels good to me. Same thing down here. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Next step, we're gonna get the hardware kit, which came with the caliper. Okay, so the hardware kit looks something like this. So these little guys stick in here nicely and easily. They should snap right in. And I'm gonna show you a little trick before you put everything back together. Okay, make sure they're right in the center. Spin your rotor. There should be no grinding or scraping of these little hardware shims. And we're good there. Let's go get the brake pads. So next step, we got our brake pad. This brake pad has a brake wear indicator. Make sure it's in the bottom. If by any chance you put this in the top, it's okay. And it's just gonna work the other way around. So it will make a noise when we go in reverse, but if you put it on the top, it will make more noise going forward. There you go. If your brake pads don't fit in easily, you might want to follow and watch my other videos. I have a ton of videos on something like that. So now is the critical part. A little bit of messy part. The camera needs to go back a bit. So we're gonna take our caliper next. You're gonna take this guy, you're gonna stick it in, just like so. And put that baby in. Take the new bolt, stick that in. Sometimes this little inside the sliding bolt will turn, so you want to use a vice grip and hold on to it and tighten it. Since the calipers were put together at the factory, you might want to double check all the bolts, and that's it. These I shouldn't be worried about. And now we need to put this guy in. The liquid is going to come out, the fluid is going to come out. That's okay. So what I like to do is I like to loosen this guy up and just let it drip. I'm gonna go get a rag, which I forgot, and let it drip. What we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this up a bit more. Hopefully my camera can see this. Go up a bit more. There you go. So you can see it dripping now. It's okay if we make a little bit of mess, because we can't always clean that up. There you go. A lot of fluid is going to come out. It's all right. We're going to put this away. We're going to put the caliper away. And what we're going to do is we're gonna take off this guy. There's 2 washers on this guy, so let's let this thing. We're gonna let the line sit up because it will never get air in it. So there's a little washer here. Remove this old O-ring here because we're gonna use new ones. It comes with a new one. This part is very critical, so if you have some torque specs, you might want to torque this, but I like to put it on and then test it. Make sure when you bleed it, it does not leak out. So let's put this guy back on, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this yellow thing over here. There should be this thing right here. Let's remove this guy and make sure you get this guy into the little hole down here, okay? So let's capture the threads and everything will sit properly. Now we're gonna just tighten this guy up. We're gonna clean up our mess, and after that, make sure you bleed it from both sides. Since we changed both caliper, that's the part you're not gonna see because it gets really messy. And we're gonna lock up this guy and make sure you double check there's no leaks on this guy. Clean it up and check for leaks. And if you don't bleed it, your pedal's gonna be spongy, okay? So the best thing you can do there is bleed the system and make sure both of your O-rings are in there, and make sure you haven't. A lot of times you will double up on your O-rings, they will stay, and make sure that doesn't occur. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for watching, guys, and we will see you on the next one. And hopefully I'll help you guys out. Make sure you clean everything. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.